What's good with it, Bully fam? I'm back at you, man. I was doing a video this morning about, things I'm noticing in the bully game. Nothing negative, you know what I'm saying, but I was just noticing how hard it is for some breeders to sell pups. And I wanted to continuate that. My pops showed up. It was always good to see him. My pops wasn't really around when I was younger. And, every chance I get to see him, I take advantage of it because you just never know. One day we here and one day we gone, So, man, make the most time with your family as possible, with your kids, your wife, your parents. I lost my mother last year, and spend time with your loved ones, man, for real. But back on track. Pups. I'm gonna speak on this at a beginner standpoint because 4 or 5 years ago, I got my first bull and I dropped a litter and I learned a lot. But it didn't take me that long to sell my pups. And I'm not saying that braggadociously. It was because I already had a small following. I started a YouTube channel. I used to be BNC Bully Kingdom back in the day. But, I just dropped it all. And, after talking so many times with Mark Seller and Mike Moody and Miguel and Dion, that just sparked a light in me, man, in my soul. And then I decided to go ahead and try to jump back in this game, throw my hat in the ring, so to speak. And, I already had a small little following. I had my female for almost 2 years before I dropped the litter. So some people actually knew who I was. And like 2 or 3 pups were already, spoken for before I even dropped the litter. So if you're a beginner breeder and you're having problems selling your pups, 9 times out of 10 is because people don't know you. If you're the type of person who don't like getting in front of a camera, who don't really deal with social media, maybe you want to start trying to do that, to push your product, let people get to know you as a person, as a breeder. Let people get to know your dogs. Let them see the development of your dogs, from a pup on up. Not just the same pictures and videos over and over again. You have to gain trust and respect from potential buyers and customers, because they don't just fool with anybody, so that might be a nice little, maneuver to take in order to, be able to sell your pups. And importantly too, you got to watch your price point. If you're a new breeder and nobody knows who you are, 9 times out of 10, they ain't gonna fool with you if they don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what you're about. But you started your pups out at 3K and up, I don't know, man. I mean, unless you got some serious sunfire, it's going to be kind of hard to sell pups for 3K when don't nobody know you, So watch your price point. You want to be somewhere in between, like when I dropped this litter, Lord willing, with Jago and Nezuko, my price point starting out going to be legit. Like, y'all going to be like, bro, you crazy. And one thing I noticed too, I'm skipping back and forth, jumping ahead of myself, is that these pups, man, they're just not sold for what they're worth. There's some pups out there, some dogs that's being sold way cheaper than what they're worth. And, it comes with the bully, game, man. It just comes with it, some people don't have the money. Some people aren't willing to spend the money. And it just depends on when you drop that litter too. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't want to pay to play. I decided to. And when I purchased Nezuko and Jay, got a tremendous deal on Jago. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't pass it up. But there was females that I was looking at before Nezuko that was a little bit out of my price range, and I was like, man, hey, respect. I'm not gonna even try to lowball you. That's just a grand more than what I can actually spend. So, hey, man, somebody will buy that beautiful female after a little while, if I can't get her. And so I don't have an issue with people who charge a certain amount for their pups. They feel that's what they're worth and charge it. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, as new breeders who just dropping litters, we kind of overprice ourselves sometimes, So be mindful about that, because I was just watching a video on Killinor Killers the other day. Killinor had a dog as low as $1,500, and they are well known, and they produce some pretty nice bulls. And I'm not gonna sit up and lie. and they sell their pups like hotcakes because people know them. They have a following. They've been doing it for a while. They get in front of the camera. They let y'all know what's going on, and that's what the new breeders have to do. If you're having an issue selling pups, if you're not doing that already, you might want to try that. Use these tools, man. Social media tools. Get on Instagram, start your page, YouTube, Facebook. Now, there's some old school breeders out there who can get rid of dogs like that, and not even touch social media. Word of mouth. And that's due to good customer service. And that's another thing you got to think about, too. Good customer service takes you a long way, man. It keeps you in business. People calling you, wanting to ask you questions, and they're interested in buying a pup, answer their questions. Don't push them to the side. Don't be short with them. Don't talk to them like they're stupid because they don't know certain things. You had a starting point, too. You know what I'm saying? Be humble. Be humble. And let these people in on what you're trying to do. Gain that respect. Gain that trust, man. And word of mouth goes a long way, like I said. Long way. I wish I was one of those breeders who didn't have to touch social media, man. I'm telling you, I know some dudes that drop and don't post nothing. Just, hey, man, I got a litter. And they just come flocking to them, man. But it's because they good people, man. They ain't scam artists, man. They ain't trying to get over. They do right by people, man. And that's what I'm doing over here, man. I'm trying to do right by people. I ain't trying to get you, man. I'm not trying to break the bank. You know what I'm saying? Because if you in this for the money, hey, man, I'm going to get these 2 bullies and I'm going to drop my first litter. I'm going to sell them and make a whole bunch of money. I'm sorry, don't work like that. Especially if don't nobody know you and there's not a purpose to why you're breeding. I'm breeding for my next breeding to be even better. Like this litter, my next litter I want to be even better, more healthy, better structure, better quality, better movement. And after that litter, I want this litter to be better. That's how it's supposed to go. And at an affordable price. At an affordable price. A lot of people want American Bully so bad, but they can't afford it. But sometimes you have to be mindful who you sell pups to, too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they might not be the best caretakers. You just never know. It's bittersweet. You just never know. Just do your best to pay attention to detail. You know what I'm saying? And put yourself out there. If you're having problems selling pups, I think I sold my pups out. My first that I dropped, I sold within 4 weeks. They were spoken for, and my little runt was the last one to go. I had a runt female, and she was the last one to go, man. And they went to someone local, and a lot of times it's not your subscribers. It's going to be, if you got a YouTube channel, a lot of times it's not even your subscribers that's going to purchase a pup. It'll be some random person running across your video. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. It's just funny that way. But those are just some ways, and I ain't speaking like I know everything. I'm just speaking from my personal experience because I know this much compared to a lot of breeders out there. But don't sleep on me, though, man, because I'm coming. I'm telling you, I'm taking care of my dogs. They eating good. They looking good. Now this Nezuko's coming along with a hard-headed self. Boy, I swear she just hard-headed, won't do what you want to do. And y'all all know I'm proud of Jago. He the best looking dog I never had. Point blank period. And the smartest. So, y'all be patient with me, man. Lord willing, sometime beginning of next year, we're gonna be rolling. God bless, man. Peace.